Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl, Goddess of Love and Truth Reacts, coming to you with another reaction video upload. Yes, your girl is on a roll today. I'm trying to get these videos out to y'all, these reactions back to back. But before I do that, let me say welcome and welcome back to the channel. You are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. If you guys have not had a chance to subscribe to the channel as of yet, what are you waiting on? That what the other content creators and YouTubers say. What are you waiting on? It's free 99. Anyway, no, it's free, y'all, free. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, click that subscribe button, click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. Like the video, share the video, and leave your comments down below. All of that helps your girls get in and remain in the YouTube algorithm. I do appreciate you guys' support. The subscriber count is continuously going up. I do just want to remind you guys that once we reach 1,000 subscribers, I am going to give back to my subscribers because I appreciate you guys tuning in, subscribing to the channel, and giving me a chance. Thank you. I really, truly appreciate it. So once I reach 1,000 subscribers, two subscribers will receive $50 each via Cash App. So I'm going to give away a total of $100 once I reach 1,000 subscribers. You must be a subscriber and have Cash App in order to qualify to win the $50. Okay? Two people, $50. All right, you guys. So today we are going to react to this video. It says a husband wakes up from a coma to kill his cheating wife. I had to read that again. Wakes up from a coma to kill his cheating wife. Child. Now, I don't know if this is a true story. I believe it is based off a true story. It may be a true story, but let's get into it. I hope my camera don't die. I mean, my not my camera, my Chromebook don't die. I'm recording from my Chromebook, see if it worked differently from my other laptop, because my other laptop don't be recording good. I got it over here playing. My desk so congested right now because now I have two laptops and my Chromebook just as big as a laptop though. On my screen, then I got three monitors. Two of the monitors look like TV screens, child. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on with this.
Suburb of Brookhaven, Atlanta, Georgia. What appeared to be a tragic accident would later unravel as a calculated. On March 15, 2021, in the affluent suburb of Brookhaven, Atlanta, Georgia, what appeared to be a tragic accident would later unravel as a calculated attempt at murder. Jonathan Price, a 38-year-old architect at a prominent design firm, had built a reputation for designing high-end commercial properties across the Southeast. His wife, Angela Price, née Thompson, 35, owned a successful luxury boutique in Atlanta's upscale Buckhead district. The catalyst for their marital problems emerged in November 2020 when Angela met Derek Caldwell, a 28-year-old personal trainer at an upscale fitness center in Buckhead. Their initial professional relationship quickly evolved into an affair by December 2020. Bank records would later show Angela's frequent visits to a luxury hotel on Peachtree Plaza, where she met Caldwell during her claimed business meetings. Jonathan's first indication of trouble came on February 3, 2021, when he discovered suspicious text messages on Angela's iPhone while she was showering. The messages, exchanged with a contact saved as DC, contained explicit content and plans for future meetings. When confronted, Angela claimed DC was a female client, Diana Carter, and accused Jonathan of invasion of privacy. The situation escalated on February 28, 2021, when Jonathan contacted a prominent marriage counselor in Atlanta. Angela's vehement refusal to attend sessions and her statement that "you're the one working 80-hour weeks, you fix it" marked a turning point in their relationship. The events culminated on March 15, 2021, at approximately 9:45 p.m. The Prices were returning from dinner at an upscale restaurant on Peachtree Road, where they had argued about Jonathan's upcoming business trip to Miami. According to traffic camera footage later obtained by investigators, their 2020 Mercedes-Benz S-Class was traveling north on Peachtree Road when it suddenly veered off the road near a major intersection. The vehicle struck a mature oak tree at approximately 45 miles per hour. Impact analysis would later show that Angela had made no attempt to brake and had actually accelerated in the final moments before impact.
Wait. So she made no attempt to brake and she accelerated. Did she do this on purpose? Oh my God. And she was cheating. She said invasion of privacy. Of course, yeah, it is an invasion of privacy, but maybe he had an inkling or a feeling, but she was definitely cheating. So, I mean, why is she sending explicit messages to another man and you married? Let me find out she accelerated. Girl, is you trying to kill y'all? What is really going on?
The passenger side, where Jonathan sat, bore the brunt of the collision.
Oh,
Emergency services arrived at 9:52
so she trying to kill him, so it hit the passenger side. Oh, wow.
p.m., responding to a 911 call made by Angela at 9:48 p.m. In the recorded call, she claimed, "There was a deer, it jumped out. I couldn't stop in time." Jonathan was transported to a major Atlanta hospital with severe traumatic brain injury, multiple facial fractures, and internal bleeding. By 11:30 p.m., doctors had placed him in a medically induced coma to manage the swelling in his brain.
Get game day deals on Uber Eats. This week it's free 6-piece boneless wings from Buffalo.
Wait, Uber Eats, don't be doing that. Get off of my screen. My bad. Hold on, y'all.
Angela sustained only minor injuries, a sprained wrist, and superficial cuts. Within 48 hours of the accident, while Jonathan lay unconscious, she contacted Derek Caldwell via a newly purchased prepaid phone.
Wow.
Text messages recovered later would reveal their conversation. "It's done. He won't wake up. We can start planning." Initially, Angela played the role of the devoted wife perfectly, making appearances at the hospital and providing interviews to local news stations about the tragic accident that had upended their lives.
Wow.
Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. However, her composure and calculated actions in the aftermath would later become crucial evidence in understanding the premeditated nature of her actions that fateful March evening. During the spring of 2021, while Jonathan Price remained unconscious in the hospital's intensive care unit, Angela began systematically dismantling their shared life. By April 2021, she had listed their house for sale, claiming the property held too many painful memories. The house sold quickly for $1.2 million, with Angela transferring.
Wait. So he in a coma. They not divorced. They not even separated. But she already selling the house, talking about it hold too many memories. Like, girl, your husband ain't dead. He is in the hospital in a coma. Like, see, and then she sent this man a text, somebody's done. What? Yeah, she did it on purpose. OMG. Wow, scandal.
Transferring the majority of proceeds to her personal accounts. Throughout the summer, Angela liquidated multiple investment accounts and sold Jonathan's prized collection of vintage watches. Bank records would later reveal transfers exceeding $850,000 to accounts solely in her name. She justified these actions to friends and family by citing mounting medical bills and the need to secure her future given Jonathan's uncertain condition. By September 2021, Angela had moved into a luxury apartment with Derek Caldwell in Buckhead. The relationship, which Derek had initially viewed as a casual affair, evolved into a serious commitment as Angela lavished him with expensive gifts and promises of a shared future. She began introducing him at social events as her partner, explaining that while her husband was technically alive, their marriage had effectively ended.
Wow.
Medical records from this period show Angela's hospital visits becoming increasingly sporadic. The last documented visit occurred on December 12, 2021, during which she spent only 10 minutes in Jonathan's room. Hospital staff noted that she never inquired about his condition or prognosis during her brief appearances. On March 23, 2022, just over a year after the crash, Jonathan showed the first signs of emerging from his coma. Dr. Michael Rodriguez, the lead neurologist, observed increased brain activity and responsive eye movements. By early April, Jonathan had regained consciousness, though he remained severely weakened and confused. During his initial recovery period, Jonathan overheard two nurses discussing Angela's new life. One nurse remarked how Angela had been featured in a local lifestyle magazine, photographed at a charity gala with her new boyfriend. This conversation sparked Jonathan's first suspicions about his wife's actions during his incapacitation. As his strength returned, Jonathan contacted his longtime friend, Ryan Bennett, using a phone borrowed from a sympathetic nurse. Ryan's revelation about Angela's activities over the past year was devastating. He detailed how Angela had systematically sold their assets, including Jonathan's beloved sports car collection and their vacation property in Florida. Ryan also shared his growing suspicions about the accident, noting inconsistencies in Angela's story about the deer and the strange angle of impact revealed in police photographs.
Yeah, hitting his side.
Through careful investigation with Ryan's help, Jonathan accessed his financial records, discovering the extent of Angela's financial manipulation. The records showed large withdrawals beginning just days after his hospitalization, including a transfer of $250,000 to an offshore account created in Angela's name. Most disturbing was the discovery of Angela's internet search history from the weeks before the crash, which Ryan had managed to recover through a private investigator. The searches included phrases such as car accident survival rates, head-on collision fatality statistics, and life insurance payout spouse death.
I know you lying. I know you learned. Wait, now why did he have to get a private investigator to come across all of this? Like the police, they didn't investigate that, especially after she started, selling their home and selling his things. Like they didn't look into that. Like this couldn't be a true story. Like why they didn't look into that? Like that's crazy. Little scandalous helper.
By May 2022, Jonathan had regained sufficient strength to walk short distances. His medical team recommended at least another month of intensive rehabilitation, but Jonathan had other plans. The mounting evidence of Angela's premeditated attempt on his life, combined with her brazen theft of his assets, drove him to action. On May 15, 2022, Jonathan checked himself out of the hospital against medical advice, leaving behind a brief note thanking the staff for their care. He had carefully concealed his improvement from hospital administrators, ensuring no one would think to warn Angela of his recovery. Using cash withdrawn by Ryan from a previously unknown account, Jonathan checked into a small motel on the outskirts of Atlanta, beginning his surveillance of Angela's new life and planning what would become his fatal confrontation with the woman who had tried to kill him. By June 2022, Angela Price and Derek Caldwell had established themselves in Alpharetta, an upscale suburb north of Atlanta. They purchased a modern townhouse using funds traced back to Jonathan's liquidated assets. Angela had carefully crafted a new narrative, telling neighbors that she was a young widow whose husband had tragically died in a car accident. The community embraced the couple, unaware of the dark truth behind Angela's story. Angela expanded her retail business, opening a second boutique location with Jonathan's money. She and Derek became fixtures at local social events, where Angela proudly displayed a 3-carat engagement ring. Derek, now working as a private fitness consultant, had fully embraced his role as Angela's future husband.
Wow, and she's not even divorced.
Download the Paris Bag.
For September 2022 at a prestigious Atlanta venue. From his temporary residence at a budget motel, Jonathan meticulously documented their activities. Using a telephoto lens purchased with borrowed cash, he photographed Angela and Derek's daily routines. His surveillance revealed a lifestyle built entirely on the proceeds of his stolen assets. Through careful observation,
No
he
one.
noted their regular habits:
Child.
morning runs at 6 a.m., Derek's client appointments, Angela's store hours, and their weekly dinner dates.
Look, I don't condone spouses killing their spouses for cheating and stuff like that, but baby, in this case, I'm still not condoning it, but I ain't judging them. We listen and we don't judge. Or what they say, we look or we listen and we don't judge. Baby, sorry to her family, but baby, she did a little too much. This is like beyond cheating. You first of all, you tried to unalive him. Then you stole all of y'all property together plus his, and you sold it, and then you started taking care of this other man. Like, girl, so what? Yeah, I probably would have took her out too. I'm just saying, like, girl, oh my goodness, sorry y'all. This too much.
Jonathan's psychological state deteriorated as he watched them enjoy the life that should have been his.
Yep.
Medical records from his brief consultations at a walk-in clinic during this period showed elevated blood pressure and symptoms of severe anxiety. He began recording video diaries on a laptop provided by Ryan Bennett, detailing Angela's attempted murder and subsequent theft. The evidence Jonathan accumulated was substantial. Working with a financial investigator recommended by Ryan, he documented over $2.1 million in misappropriated assets. This included the sale of their house, his car collection, and unauthorized transfers from his business accounts. The investigator also uncovered Angela's previously hidden credit card statements, showing significant purchases of luxury items in the weeks following the crash. Jonathan established a secure digital repository containing all evidence: bank statements, property records, medical reports from the crash, and recovered text messages between Angela and Derek. He included detailed timelines of Angela's activities both before and after the attempted murder. This digital archive was encrypted and shared with Ryan Bennett, with instructions to release it to authorities if anything happened to him. During his surveillance, Jonathan observed Angela's complete lack of remorse. He documented her laughing at social events, planning her wedding, and even joking with friends about upgrading from her previous marriage. Through long-range microphones, he recorded conversations where she mockingly referred to him as the mistake she had thankfully escaped. By early July 2022, Jonathan's planning evolved from documentation to action. He mapped out Angela's schedule, identifying potential moments of vulnerability. He noted that Derek typically worked late on Thursdays, leaving Angela alone at their townhouse. Using cash, Jonathan purchased disposable phones and created elaborate alibis. He established a false identity at a different motel, ensuring his movements couldn't be easily traced. The final phase of his plan took shape after he observed Angela's habit of having a glass of wine on their back patio each evening after Derek left. Jonathan meticulously sketched the layout of their home, noting security cameras and entry points.
Always change up your routine.
He began studying local police patrol patterns and emergency response times in their neighborhood. What started as a mission to gather evidence for legal proceedings had evolved into something darker.
Oh, he wasn't playing. He ain't playing at all. And sorry, y'all, I'm over here trying to multitask. I got my other computer and stuff going too. So, and then it's kind of chaotic how it's over here. Normally this laptop is right here, but I'm recording, so I moved it right here. I couldn't move it over here. Anyway, but sorry, I'm multitasking. But let me find out he ain't playing no games. He getting everything he need down pat. And see where she messing up. She have a routine. Like, that's why you should always switch up your routine, whether you single, you married or not, because you never know if somebody's stalking you. But in this case, I'm on his side, but still, you never know. Always change up your routine. Don't ever do the same stuff every day, like on like clockwork, you know. I used to be like that, and I had my own little incident. That's why I carry my little pow now. But baby, y'all do not keep the same routine. That's for men or women, because Men can be stalkers, women can be stalkers. You never know who is stalking you. Like, don't ever keep the same routine. Always switch up your stuff, what you're doing.
Jonathan's medical records would later show he had stopped taking his prescribed anti-anxiety medication, and his video diaries became increasingly focused on themes of
Oh, he
justice
should get
and
off with
retribution rather
insanity
than
then.
legal recourse. Local security footage
Not
from this
funny, but
period
damn,
would
she
later show
ran.
Jonathan
She
conducting dry
ran.
runs of various approaches to the townhouse, testing blind spots in the neighborhood's security system. He carefully planned multiple scenarios, considering variables like weather conditions and neighbor patterns. His military-like precision in planning reflected a mind no longer focused on survival, but on revenge. On Thursday, August 4th, 2022, at approximately 8:45 p.m., during a heavy summer thunderstorm in Alpharetta, Georgia, Jonathan Price enacted his carefully orchestrated plan. Weather records show rainfall exceeded 2 inches that evening, providing cover for his approach to Angela's townhouse. Security cameras in the area were partially obscured by the heavy rain, which proved crucial in the subsequent investigation. Jonathan, wearing dark clothing and water-resistant boots, entered the property through the rear garden gate. Angela was following her usual evening routine, drinking wine on the covered patio while Derek was training his last client of the day at a fitness center 20 minutes away. The thunder masked the sound of Jonathan's approach. When Angela turned to enter the house, she found herself face to face with her husband, whom she had presumed would never recover. According to Jonathan's later confession, Angela's initial reaction.
So how did she assume that he would never recover? I know they said that she would come sporadically to the hospital to check on him, but if he was out of his coma, wouldn't she be the next of kin? Wouldn't they contact her and notify? He had all these months. Like 3 months, 4 months, where that he had to, get all this evidence and spy on her and stalk her and see where she'd moved to and all that. And all this time, the hospital hadn't told her that he was out of his coma, and he done checked out of the hospital against their why I can't against their dang, y'all know what I'm trying to say, not against their will, but like against their their policies. It wasn't against their policies either. I'm over here trying to multitask. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. That's why my mind can't think about it right now. And then, of course, when I start recording, I just for some reason, 1 + 1 don't be equaling 2 with me. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, excuse all that. But he against doctor's orders. Like they would have notified her, I would think. But all right, let's get back into it. I spent too much time rambling and couldn't even get it out, child.
Was not fear, but rather annoyance, as if confronted by an inconvenient ghost from her past. The conversation began in the kitchen. Jonathan methodically presented printed documents showing bank transfers, property sales, and text messages between Angela and Derek from the night of the crash. Angela's attempts to deny her actions crumbled as Jonathan revealed the extent of his evidence. The discussion moved to the living room, where Angela's demeanor shifted from defensive to aggressive. Medical examiner reports would later show that the fatal confrontation occurred at approximately 9:15 p.m. The murder weapon was identified as a heavy crystal vase, a wedding gift from Jonathan's parents that Angela had kept as a trophy of her deception. Autopsy findings indicated Angela was struck 7 times with tremendous force, causing fatal cranial injuries. In the immediate aftermath, Jonathan methodically staged the scene. He scattered Angela's jewelry box contents across the master bedroom, forced open a window, and disrupted furniture to suggest a robbery gone wrong.
Premeditated, sir.
This spray slays. I knew.
Come on now.
Angela's wedding rings and other valuable jewelry, later disposed of in various dumpsters across Atlanta. The rain continued to pour as Jonathan left the scene at 9:45 p.m., carefully avoiding security cameras and using the storm drains to move through the neighborhood undetected. He had planned multiple escape routes, ultimately using the one that led through a wooded area behind the residential complex. Derek Caldwell returned home at 10:30 p.m., following his regular Thursday schedule. His 911 call, recorded at 10:37 p.m., captured his initial shock. "Oh my God, she's not moving. There's blood everywhere. Please hurry." First responders arrived at 10:43 p.m. and pronounced Angela Price dead at the scene. The responding officers immediately noted inconsistencies with a typical burglary. Detective Emma Castillo, the lead investigator, observed that while drawers had been opened and
See, when she get murdered, they immediately see inconsistencies. They can see that things that wasn't adding up right. But when she attempted murder, why y'all didn't look into that? Like, I make it make sense. Why they didn't look into that? Child.
items scattered, the scene appeared staged. The violence was excessive for a random break-in, and several valuable items in plain view remained untouched. The medical examiner, Dr. Robert Sullivan, documented defensive wounds on Angela's hands and arms, indicating she had attempted to protect herself from the blows. Time of death was estimated between 9 p.m. and 9:30 p.m., based on body temperature and livor mortis. Crime scene technicians recovered partial fingerprints and DNA evidence, though the rain had washed away any potential evidence outside the house. Several neighbors reported hearing raised voices around 9.
He's sloppy. You did all that stalking and getting your stuff together, and you still left fingerprints and DNA? Dude.
9 p.m., but assumed it was related to the thunderstorm's noise.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not for it. I'm really not for it, but I understand. You know what I'm saying? And this may be a true story. So, I mean, my condolences still to her family and everything, but she was dead wrong. Maybe he wrong for doing it as well, but I'm human. I'm not saying that I would have did that, but I'm saying I could understand. If I was on the jury, I probably wouldn't find him guilty. I'm just saying, sorry, not sorry. I'm just saying, child, that's crazy. I'm just saying too, like, if you're gonna do it right. Like, why would you leave DNA? Like, you had all this time, you was contemplating getting your stuff. Premeditated murder is what they call it. But you know, he can plead insanity because technically his mind wasn't right, and he stopped taking his medication. I'm just saying, child. I'm just being honest. It is what it is.
Within hours, the Alpharetta Police Department established a command center at their headquarters. The brutal nature of the crime and Angela's prominent status in the community prompted the chief of police to assign additional detectives to the case. As investigators began unraveling the details of Angela's life, the seemingly simple robbery-homicide quickly evolved into something far more complex. The investigation into Angela Price's murder began on August 5, 2022, when detectives Emma Castillo and Victor Reynolds arrived at the Alpharetta Police Department's Major Crimes Unit. Their first steps involved reviewing the crime scene photographs and preliminary forensics reports from the previous night's homicide. By noon on August 5th, the detectives had interviewed Derek Caldwell extensively. Security footage and multiple witnesses confirmed his presence at the fitness center from 7 p.m. until 10:15 p.m. on August 4th. During questioning, Derek revealed crucial information about Angela's past, including her marriage to Jonathan Price and the car accident that had supposedly left him in a vegetative state.
Yeah, she tried to
get your brand out there. Order top quality.
When Detective Castillo contacted the Atlanta hospital where Jonathan had been treated. Hospital records revealed that Jonathan had checked himself out against medical advice on May 15, 2022. This discovery immediately altered the trajectory of the investigation, as Angela had been telling everyone, including Derek, that Jonathan remained in a permanent vegetative state. Between August 6th and August 8th, detectives conducted interviews with 23 neighbors. 3 residents reported seeing a man matching Jonathan's description watching the townhouse complex during July. Security footage from nearby businesses, though partially obscured by distance and weather conditions, showed a figure with similar physical characteristics observing the area on multiple occasions. The financial investigation yielded startling results. Forensic accountants discovered that Angela had systematically transferred over $2.1 million from Jonathan's accounts following the car accident. They also uncovered evidence suggesting the car crash had been intentional, including Angela's suspicious internet searches and text messages to Derek before and after the incident. On August 10th, investigators located Jonathan's temporary residence at a motel on the outskirts.
The police always want to take credit for what somebody else did. Y'all ain't uncovered nothing. Y'all uncovered it because y'all found his investigation, his private investigation notes and documents and everything. If y'all was investigating it like y'all should have, y'all would have been to found that stuff out. And maybe this man wouldn't have got out the hospital and went in and unalived her because she would have already been locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I don't condone what he's doing, but I definitely understand, where he's coming from. Like, that's crazy. She tried to take him out. Then she took him for everything he had for another dude. Like, yeah. And it didn't say nothing about him being abusive or doing her wrong or nothing like that. She had no reason. Like, why did you do that? Just divorce the man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be with somebody else, she should have left him. But then she decided to try to unalive him and was unsuccessful. So he just came back and did what she couldn't do. I'm sorry. I really ain't sorry for her. I mean, I'm sorry for her family members, but child, like, girl, like, who? That's evil and demonic. That what she did.
Of Atlanta. In his room, they discovered extensive surveillance notes, financial records, and a laptop containing video diaries. These recordings provided a detailed account of Angela's attempted murder of Jonathan, her subsequent theft of his assets, and her relationship with Derek. The videos also documented Jonathan's deteriorating mental state and his growing obsession with revenge. The evidence recovered from the motel also included detailed maps of Angela's daily routines, security camera blind spots, and multiple scenarios for confronting her. Investigators found receipts for the boots and clothing worn during the murder, along with bus tickets and cash withdrawals that established a timeline of Jonathan's movements. Medical records obtained during the investigation revealed that Jonathan had suffered significant trauma from the car crash, including severe brain injury and multiple fractures. Psychological evaluations from his hospital stay indicated post-traumatic stress disorder and deep-seated anger issues stemming from the betrayal. Detective Reynolds' interview with Ryan Bennett on August 12th provided additional context about Jonathan's state of mind. Bennett described how he had helped Jonathan gather evidence of Angela's crimes, believing his friend intended to pursue legal action rather than revenge. He surrendered email correspondence and recorded conversations that demonstrated Angela's calculating behavior during Jonathan's coma. Forensics teams processed physical evidence from the crime scene between August 5th and August 15th.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, and this year our holiday commercial is just stuff I picked up for fun.
Well, these commercials don't be playing.
Analysis confirmed Jonathan's presence in the townhouse, with his blood found mixed with Angela's on the crystal vase. Partial fingerprints recovered from the staged break-in points matched Jonathan's right index finger. On August 16, 2022, after compiling sufficient evidence, detectives Castillo and Reynolds obtained an arrest warrant for Jonathan Price. A tactical team apprehended him without incident at a different motel in Marietta, Georgia. During his arrest, Jonathan appeared calm and resigned, making no attempt to resist or deny his actions. The state of Georgia versus Jonathan Price began on January 15, 2023, in the Fulton County Superior Court. District Attorney Marcus Wallace led the prosecution, while defense attorney Lisa Monroe represented Jonathan. The trial attracted national media attention, with major networks broadcasting daily proceedings.
So it is a true story.
The prosecution opened on January 16th, presenting a timeline of Jonathan's surveillance activities and preparation for the murder. Assistant District Attorney Sarah Mitchell highlighted the premeditated nature of the crime, displaying Jonathan's detailed notes and diagrams found in his motel room. The state's case emphasized the brutality of Angela's death, with medical examiner Dr. Robert Sullivan testifying about the 7 distinct blows that caused fatal cranial trauma. Lead Detective Emma Castillo testified for 2 days, presenting evidence of Jonathan's methodical planning. Surveillance footage showed him observing the townhouse complex on multiple occasions. The prosecution argued that the calculated nature of his actions, including the staged robbery and disposal of evidence, demonstrated clear intent to commit murder. Defense attorney Monroe shifted the narrative on January 20th, introducing evidence of Angela's attempted murder of Jonathan. Traffic reconstruction expert Thomas Davidson testified that the March 2021 crash showed clear signs of intentional action, with Angela accelerating rather than braking before impact. Forensic accountant Maria Rodriguez detailed Angela's systematic theft of Jonathan's assets, totaling over $2.1 million. Dr. William Parker, a prominent neuropsychiatrist, testified about Jonathan's mental state. He diagnosed severe post-traumatic stress disorder and explained how the combination of physical trauma, betrayal, and lengthy coma had severely impacted Jonathan's cognitive processing and emotional regulation. The trial's most compelling testimony came on January 25th, when Jonathan took the stand. For 6 hours, he recounted the destruction of his life, beginning with discovering Angela's affair and culminating in the fatal confrontation. His description of regaining consciousness in the hospital, only to learn of Angela's theft and betrayal, moved several jurors to tears. When describing the murder, Jonathan's composure broke.
I would have been crying too, because I feel so sad for him. Like I don't think he was a bad person, you know what I'm saying, to begin with. But I can understand that rage when someone tried to kill you, somebody you love, that you married and you building a life with, and they betrayed you for somebody else. Okay, that's one thing, betraying, but you tried to take me out because you wanted to be with someone instead of just divorcing me, and then you robbed me for everything that I had and left me for dead. Child, I would be crying too. Like, child, I couldn't have been on that jury because I was not guilty. Child.
Detailed how Angela had laughed at his evidence, mocking his survival and declaring she should have finished the job during the crash.
When he confronted her.
The crystal vase, he testified, caught his eye when Angela moved toward her phone, threatening to call security. The prosecution's cross-examination focused on Jonathan's surveillance activities and detailed planning, attempting to establish premeditation. However, Jonathan maintained that his preparations were initially...
I wasn't there, and I don't know what happened because she can't tell her side of the story. But I believe everything he said, you know what I'm saying? Then, he probably was going to do it and probably decided not to. But her laughing at him and all that after you done tried to unalive me, child, I would have flipped out too. Like, child, child, screw her. I'm sorry. My condolences again to her family, but she was a wicked person. Like, that's crazy. That who wouldn't get set off after that? You tried to kill me. You took everything, and then when I confront you about it, you laugh at me. Like, oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, it's always best to just leave a person. If you don't want to be with them, leave them. Don't try to take them out. I'm not ever saying it's good to unalive somebody, but I'm saying I understand where he was coming from because she did it to him first. She tried to unalive him first. Like, that's crazy. It still doesn't make him right for doing it, but I understand where he's coming from. It is what it is.
Aimed at gathering evidence for legal proceedings, with the confrontation turning violent only when Angela taunted him about the attempted murder. Closing arguments began on February 1st.
Probably did it too.
The prosecution emphasized the premeditated nature of Jonathan's actions, while the defense argued for consideration of his diminished mental capacity and the extraordinary circumstances that led to the crime. The jury began deliberations on February 3rd, 2023. After 5 days of discussion, they reached their verdict, guilty of voluntary manslaughter rather than first-degree murder. Judge Michael Hawkins delivered the sentence on February 10th, ordering Jonathan to serve 15 years in state prison with possibility of parole after 8 years. The sentencing hearing included victim impact statements from Angela's parents, who acknowledged their daughter's crimes while mourning her death. Derek Caldwell declined to testify, having relocated to California shortly after the murder. Several jurors later spoke to the media, explaining that evidence of Angela's attempted murder and subsequent theft had significantly influenced their decision to opt for the lesser charge.
Yeah.
One juror stated, "We saw two crimes, her attempted murder of him and his murder of her.
Right.
Neither was justified, but we couldn't ignore the circumstances that led to this tragedy."
Right.
Jonathan was transferred to Georgia State Prison on February 15th, 2023.
All right, you guys. Well, there you have it. Child, that was a lot. That was definitely a lot. Two wrongs don't make a right, but I'm like the jury. I understand where he was coming from, so I'm glad that they did give him the lesser sentence. They would have been mad at me because I would have been saying not guilty for reasons of insanity. That's what they should have pled. I don't know if they said he pled that or not, but I'm sorry, y'all. We can agree to disagree. Leave y'all comments down in the comment section below. Y'all can disagree with me all you want. I get it. I understand. So I'm not always right. I'm wrong at times, and that's okay. Just don't be disrespectful. If you are disrespectful, I will delete your comments. If you're being disrespectful, sometime I might come back at you, but I probably not, because I don't have the time or the day to be going back and forth with nobody. We can agree to disagree. Y'all can put y'all comments. If y'all disagree with me, that's fine. Leave y'all comments down below. Tell me what y'all think about it. Just don't be rude. Don't be rude to me, and don't be rude to nobody else in the comment section. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. So if they leave something that you don't like, that's fine. Don't be going back and forth with them. I ain't going to be going back and forth with them. I'm just going to delete. I said I might reply back, but I'm not. If somebody being rude to me, I'm just going to delete them. Like, it is what it is. So just because this is a touchy subject, so I get it. It's going to be mixed opinions, mixed feelings about it. Somebody may know the people and may have, a personal relationship with it. So they may have more insight on it. So they may definitely have their opinions and their emotions and their feelings about it, and they are entitled to it. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. So I do encourage you guys to leave your comments down below in support of the channel, and just to conversate about it. To converse. I hate when people say conversate about it because it's not word, but to converse about it. Just having good conversation about it, just to converse about it. But it's not for an argument. You know what I'm saying? Agree to disagree, and please do not be rude. Okay, you guys? This channel is about love and peace. Okay, love and peace. Even though I'm got a little annoyed about what went on, it is what it is. I am entitled to my opinion. I am human. I am not perfect. Okay. All right. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure, if you have not subscribed as of yet, click that subscribe button. Click that bell notification for all, so that you never miss an upload. And remember, I am giving away $100 once we reach 1,000 subscribers. So 2 subscribers will get $50 each via Cash App, and Cash App only. If you do not have Cash App, unfortunately, you do not qualify. So if you want to qualify, make sure you have Cash App. But we will do $100 giveaway with 2 people getting $100 once I reach 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for tuning in. I truly, truly, truly appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys helping the channel grow. Continue to subscribe, continue to share, continue to like the videos, continue to leave your comments down below. And before we go, like I always say, love. Can you see it? Love, peace, and hair grease. Smooches. We're out. Bye-bye. My Chromebook didn't die. Have a good rest of y'all Tuesday. This is the last video I'm recording today. Well, maybe. I might do another Country Wayne because I've seen some more videos drop. Bye, y'all.